Sagittarius, welcome to your weekly sidereal forecast for August 17th to the 23rd. My name is Athen. So we had that new moon last Friday, and that's what this week is going to be symbolizing, is continuing with those new inspirations or new freshness in this sense about life. And this is about your life path. This is your house, the Sagittarian house, the ninth. And so whether you're getting passionate about traveling or philosophy or spiritual studies or university or just wisdom or gurus or whatever it might be for you, especially with your ruler here, intentions, putting energy into those intentions. And, as the week unfolds, we go into that first quarter phase by the end of the week. So it's a good week to implement. It's a good week to expand. I really recommend all those things and all that learning and stuff there. We'll facilitate more of these new beginnings. Next week, we'll have a conjunction between the sun and your ruler, so that's going to be highlighted there. But this week is almost like the beginning, the foundation, the seeds beginning to sprout for you in regards to expanding these horizons. And as the next following weeks unfold, you can certainly come to culminations. And this is even culminations over the next 6 months as well, for those of you who have any long-term intentions around that. So that being said, Venus is going to be trining up to Uranus this week. And so, this has been this ongoing freedom for you guys to really connect to the home and family part of life. With this Uranus energy, there was perhaps some transformations earlier in the year with these eclipses. We're going to have more of this energy activated in September. But as of right now, I think you can find home, family, and those areas of life quite exciting. And especially about, on a different level, connecting to friends, connecting to groups, and even mixing up the health and routine, the diet and things like that, or whatever it is you do on a day-to-day level, mixing up your work environment, I think will be a really exciting way of working with this energy this week. And again, it's just going back to all of this expansion that is taking place for you to gain that greater sense of wisdom about life in general. So continue to reflect on your routine health, continue to make modifications there, continue to reflect on relationships and your group connections or whatever that might be. And I think all of that you'll find exciting. So that's going to be the gist, because as you can see, Venus is going to be trining up to Uranus for pretty much the work week, Monday through Friday. Then Wednesday and Thursday, Mercury is going to be opposing up to Chiron. And this is going to start to point an emphasis towards this importance of balancing your guys' ninth house with your third house. And that's just the nature of the fact that you have Neptune in this third house. So in essence, while it is an expansive time, as you can see, there's this opposition reminding you to, have this trust and faith that everything on the day-to-day level is working out. It's going to take care of itself, or however you see that. And this is also in the sense of the very rational level as well, where Neptune is showing you that although things are practical, they can be understood, they can be conceptualized. Right now, all of that is happening much more intuitive for you right now at the moment. So trusting your intuition this week, listening to that, staying grounded, communicating, expressing yourself, and all of that will help balance a lot of this, mind opening and, physically opening and expanding energy for you, because this is the axis of, the right side of the brain, which is possibilities, which is where a lot of emphasis is. But remember that there is, of course, a practical, grounded, very rational part of life, which, although it's not very rational for you right now at the moment, it's an aspect of your mind, if you will, that's reminding you to have that trust and faith and to stay grounded with that, if you know what I mean. So that's an important consideration, and I think just bringing in that balance into both areas, not going to any extreme with either the day-to-day practical or the expansive energies, I think will be important, especially next week when we have the sun opposing up to Neptune. So you'll find that healing too, because now Chiron is going back into this part of your chart to help heal some wounds or just insecurities sometimes with Chiron in regards to the way you're communicating and expressing yourself. And that's some things to keep in mind. But I think there is going to be a healing energy for all of us. I think your relationships will go through a healing. Something on that career, public level could go through a sort of healing. And it's all going to be because you're open to wanting to understand more of the spiritual meaning of the day-to-day experiences. So that'll be middle part of the week, and then Thursday through Saturday, Saturn is going to be squaring up to the Sun. So, this has been ongoing, and everyone's been feeling the squaring energy from this part of the chart. So again, while there is possibilities, Saturn is saying, look, there is this grounded energy that needs to be implemented into it. And so with Saturn transiting this 11th house of yours, it's very important for you to remember that there are networks, there are people, there are perhaps ideals and visions that do require that extra attention and hard work, if that's the case, if that's one way of looking at it, or maturity, patience there. And so I think being willing to, first of all, work hard towards expanding your horizons in a grounded way and applying the Saturn energy into it is a really good way of working with it this week. But also, remembering that there perhaps are friends, there are organizations, communities, or whatever that might be able to assist and help us with this if we are open to that kind of, that kind of support. So it doesn't come across as supportive like, say, a trine does, but it's through, having this responsibility and putting in energy into networking or connecting to friends and all of that, although there might be some fears and inhibitions about it, which is Saturn. You'll find that in the long run, in the long term, helping bring stability to a lot of this expansive energy for you. So that's going to be the highlights, but with your ruler Jupiter conjuncting up to the Sun, I think a lot of the inspiration is going to take the forefront. I think just remembering the importance of the 11th house, the importance of things larger than self and other people and things like that, as well as remembering the importance of faith and trust, as well as the practical and rational side of things to ground that energy. So that's going to be the gist. Then Mercury does go into your 10th house here over the weekend on Saturday, where he's going to go over that North Node next week. So this whole life path over the past 2 years has been for you to connect to work, career, big picture stuff, your legacy, but that's been the undertone. So now with a personal planet, that can make that very practical, very grounded in terms of your ability to apply it. But that'll be over the weekend and mostly going into next week. So the gist is on that 9th house. Continue to expand those areas. As you can see, oppositions and squares do bring that consideration into it. Continue to reflect on the routine, redo, rehash the work environment so that you can enjoy it more. It can be more expansive. Friends and that kind of thing, or community stuff, reflect, treat that stuff as a learning process, and I think that's a good way of working with it, working with the energies. All right, Sagittarius, so have a nice week. If you guys have any questions, please let me know. If you're new to this form of astrology, do check out the description down below, because the signs are very different from tropical and a little bit different from the Vedic system. So if you haven't already checked the birth chart calculator, do check that out, and have a good one. Take care.